Alright, we're back. Alright, as I was saying previously, I found it kind of strange about some of the characters, uh, and also some of the DLC as well. Like Father Elijah, Christy, Arcade Gannon, and Joshua Graham, and Veronica. I thought it was kind of strange that all these guys seem to be a little bit connected, but uh, the game constantly tries to give you the impression that none of them are connected except for Veronica and Father Elijah. That's it. And I already mentioned how I thought some of her decisions were strange. Like, to me, it looked to me like maybe Veronica was doing the spy game, if you understand my meaning. And they kind of give you hints about that, about spies being in this game and in the world with some of the Caesar's Legion quests. You know what I mean? There you go. And because Veronica just seemed to have all the information on everybody, even like what the Caesar's Legion does in its spare time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what? How would you know about that? And she constantly wanted you to take her to hang out with the followers, or she keeps making followers references. So we also got Arcade Gannon hanging out at the followers' place. So I'm thinking maybe there's an interesting issue there between maybe the two of them, regardless of what their spare time, how should we say, lifestyle choices turned out in the game. I think it would have been a little bit more interesting to see how, if your choices dictated what their lifestyle choices ended up being. That's one interesting topic to try out. Another thing would be if they brought all those characters into Dead Money, and in some form or another, like the entire, like take for example the final fight with Father Elijah. Wouldn't it have been interesting if, depending on the choices that you made, Fallout's theme of choice and consequence, depending on the choices that you made, the final boss fight between Father Elijah was mutable. Like, it could have been anybody, like it could have been any like it could have been Christy, it could have been Veronica, it could have been Arcade, it could have been Joshua Graham that you fought at the end, and they were hiding behind the image of Father Elijah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if Veronica was playing the spy game, playing all sides and all that for information, including McNamara? What if she was playing him? You know what I mean? Like a manipulator. And based on your decisions and the consequences to those, that would have led to, maybe, you know what I mean? Like Veronica, like maybe fighting Veronica at the end. Because Dead Money, you want that heart-wrenching stuff, like you hung with some followers for X amount of hours, maybe 100 hours, who knows? And then you get to this one area that's kind of like a Resident Evil, kind of like a heist, and you don't really, if you when you got to the end and you had to fight some of the characters, you didn't really feel much at all. You didn't really feel like maybe we shouldn't be doing them in. Maybe we should figure out a way to talk them out of doing battle. You know what I mean? But that wasn't the case. Like, you could kill them all and not care. Well, that was my first time through, and then I went the second time through, and I was like, okay, what if we could talk them out of doing combat? And I did that for most of the characters. Come to find out, there is a way to do it with all of them, and it, I just thought, there's so much that they could have done and changed about that. And I thought, what if Julie Farkas was what you might call it, like a synthoid, a synthetic person or whatever? What if she's an alternate candidate to take over Mr. House's functions or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, and the extra faction, and that would have changed the way Vegas developed at the end as well. But you know what I mean? Not just Yes Man, he could plug in Julie Farkas, and it would have kind of made sense. Like I kept looking at Joshua Graham, like maybe he was a part of an underground kind of thing, because that seemed like his bag right there. That seemed like something that he would be a part of. You know, like anything to weaken Caesar. You know what I mean? And also doing the good Lord's work for other folks. You know, that seemed to be something that you would want a terrible monster to partake in. You know, maybe to redeem himself. You know what I mean? And also, it make an interesting dynamic there between Veronica and him, because she would know where some of these autodocs are that could probably fix his fix all the pain, the insane amount of pain that he's in. You know what I mean? Like maybe you can find an autodoc that does skin grafts or whatever. And that could be another mission too, where you have to find like 5 or 6 Legion bodies, you know, that genetically match him. You know what I mean? And you just have to keep piling up the Legion kill count or whatever, and dragging those bodies over just for him to get himself fixed. I thought that would have been kind of an interesting little extra mission right there. Or if Veronica and hooked up with Arcade, which I initially suspected before the DLC packages came out. I was like, what if those two hooked up? Because you got the Brotherhood of Steel and you got the Enclave, and they both those factions don't get along, but these two, for some strange reason, they meet at the same place. Depending on your decisions, you could, they could still have the lifestyle choices that they went with, or they could have alternate lifestyle choices, which kind of, you know what I mean? It would have been a little more interesting. But it depends on the character that you yourself built, and the decisions that you made, and the different paths that you took for them or took with them. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. But anyway, that was just me and a side thought. So let's go talk with this guy. Actually, let's reload it. Anyway, I just thought, the choice and consequence system that they got in this game needs to be, it needs to be more. There needs to be more of it, I don't see any reason why they couldn't put more of the RPG in the RPG game. You know what I mean? Like, there could have been a way to do it just right. The same thing goes for some of the ghouls here.
Who the hell are you? Better yet, what the hell are you doing in this cursed place? You know what? Forget it. It doesn't matter. Welcome to Camp Searchlight, the shittiest place on Earth.
You aren't Farrell, are you?
No, I'm not. Not yet, anyway. I'm Private Kyle Edwards, former NCR trooper.
Former, what happened?
Couldn't you tell? That damn radiation bomb got me. I can't serve the NCR like this.
Maybe they'll let you back in.
I'm not so sure about that. I don't know how the NCR feels about ghouls.
Okay. Can you tell me anything about the camp?
Not much, I'm afraid. What do you want to know?
What's the history?
I know that this place was originally a mining town before the NCR took it over. I think they mined gold before the war. Sorry, I don't know much more than that.
Let me ask you something else.
All right.
I see you're still wearing a dog tag.
Yeah, I am. What of it?
Can I have your dog tag?
Sorry. I'm not about to give it up. It's the only thing I have left that reminds me of who I was.
Your humanity is a part of you, not kept in some dog tag.
You're probably right. Here, take it. Yeah.
Why are you still here?
I'm here because I have nowhere else to go.
There must be some place you can go.
Believe me, I'd love to leave. But I can't because I don't know what effect the radiation will have on me.
But ghouls are immune to radiation.
Yeah, but I don't want to go feral. And that's probably what more radiation would do to me.
There's still radiation in your house.
Look, just leave me alone. I'm not going outside. Yeah,
Why are you still here?
I'm here because I have nowhere else to go.